I want to talk about the black tunnel effect. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah?
You log into a meeting, and the conference room on the other side looks like, I don't know, some grainy surveillance tape from the 90s.
It's the biggest hurdle for hybrid work, right? There's this massive disconnect between the people physically in the room and everyone else who's just a pixel on a screen.
So today we're putting a piece of hardware under the microscope that claims it can fix that. We're going to be looking at the PureLink HUDDLE-CAM-500.
Right. The all-in-one bar. It's got the camera, the mic, the soundbar, everything.
And our mission really is to see if the specs on paper actually back up that promise. We've got the tech breakdown from PureLink, so let's dig in.
Let's see if this thing is a real solution or just a very expensive office decoration.
Okay, so the first thing anyone looks at is the camera. It says 4K resolution.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds impressive, but honestly, isn't everything 4K now? My webcam is 4K.
That's true, yeah. Resolution is just the baseline now. The interesting part here is the mechanics. The HUDDLE-CAM-500 has a mechanical pan tilt.
Wait, okay. Mechanical. Why do we want moving parts in, 2024? Doesn't that just mean more things to break?
You'd think so, but in this case, it means much better optics. Most other bars use what's called EPAN, or electronic pan.
And what's the difference?
With EPAN, the lens itself is totally still. When it zooms in on you, it's just digitally cropping the 4K image.
So you're throwing pixels away.
Exactly. It's just like pinching to zoom on a photo on your phone. It gets closer, but it gets uglier and grainier.
I see.
With mechanical movement, the actual lens physically turns and tilts. It moves to frame the presenter, so it's always using the full sensor. It preserves every single one of those 4K pixels.
Okay, that makes sense for the visual quality.
Yeah.
But a moving camera is only useful if it knows where to look.
Yeah.
I'm always a little skeptical of auto tracking.
Right, the whiplash effect.
Yeah, is it going to just wildly pan back and forth every time someone coughs?
That is the fear. But the algorithms are, well, they're supposed to be smarter. It has standard group framing and speaker tracking, but the feature that really stands out is called Smart Gallery.
I saw that in the notes. How is that any different from just zooming in on whoever is talking?
Well, think about that standard view. It's like you're looking down a long bowling alley, right?
Yeah, totally.
The people at the far end of the table are just these tiny little specks. Smart Gallery, it completely changes that geometry. It uses AI to find everyone's face, and then it crops individual portraits of them.
Oh, so it takes that bowling alley view and turns it into something like the Brady Bunch grid.
That is the perfect analogy. Yes.
Yeah.
It basically democratizes the meeting room.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, the person at the far end of the table gets the same amount of screen space as the person sitting right in front of the camera. It's a huge psychological shift for anyone dialing in.
Okay, that does sound a lot better than squinting at tiny heads. But let's talk about the other half of this, the audio.
Yeah.
If I can see you in perfect 4K, but you sound like you're in a tin can, the meeting is still a failure. The spec sheet mentions 3A algorithms. Is that just marketing fluff?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? But 3A is actually shorthand for 3 real technologies: automatic echo cancellation, automatic noise suppression, and automatic gain control.
Okay, break that down for me. Plain English.
It scrubs out the background hum from the air conditioner. It kills that awful echo you get from glass walls. And most importantly, it balances the volume.
So the quiet talker in the corner sounds just as clear as the loud talker at the head of the table.
That's the idea. And it has a pickup range of about 18 feet.
And what about the speaker itself? Usually the sound coming out of these bars is so thin.
Well, PureLink included something called a bass reflex port on the speaker.
You're getting a little audiophile on me there. Why do I care about a bass reflex port in a business meeting?
It's not about music. It's about vocal authority. Without good low-end frequency response, voices, especially male voices, can sound really tinny and weak. This adds that resonance back in so people just sound more present.
More like themselves.
Exactly.
So it looks good, sounds good, it follows you around. But usually when you hear mechanical parts and AI tracking, you assume you need a dedicated IT person just to set it up.
And that's the big surprise here. It's just a USB-C device. You plug it into a laptop, and the computer immediately sees it as a webcam and a microphone.
No drivers or anything.
Nothing. It just works with Teams, Zoom, Google Meet, whatever you're already using.
Okay, this is starting to sound like the holy grail of meeting bars. You have to talk about the damage. What's the price?
It is an investment. The list price is sitting at around $2,640.
Oof. Okay, that's a pretty significant jump from a high-end webcam.
It is, yeah. But PureLink does back it with a 3-year warranty, which helps. You're not just buying a camera, you're buying the smart gallery processing and that mechanical optical system.
You're paying to stop looking like a surveillance tape.
And to stop your remote employees from feeling like second-class citizens in a meeting.
And that really is the value proposition, isn't it? So here's the question I want to leave everyone with to think about. If a technology like Smart Gallery can effectively take apart a physical room and then reassemble it digitally for remote viewers, are we finally closing that gap between being there and just logging in?
We're certainly getting a lot closer.
Thanks for listening to this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.